In this presentation, we will take a look at payment services, invoicing, and other features. Let's zoom into it with Xero. Here we are in our Get Great Guitars dashboard within Xero. We're going to be selecting the drop-down. Remember, we are in our test company dashboard, that being the Get Great Guitars. We're going to then go into the settings. So we're going to be considering the settings. We have already considered the settings on the right-hand side, the general. I'm going to hold down control, by the way, and scroll up to get to that 125, which is where I like to be, the 125. Now we're going to be on the right. We're looking at the features. So we're going to take a look first at the invoice settings. Opening up the invoice settings in the feature side of things, we have the items for the customized invoices to suit your organization and match your brand. You'll recall that the invoice is going to be something that you'll oftentimes be giving to a client, and therefore you may want to standardize the invoices more. So obviously the invoice has a functional purpose in that they will be the form that will be used in order to generate the journal entries for the sales items, increasing sales, increasing the accounts receivable, and recording inventory if need be. They're also going to be something provided to the customer, however, and therefore you want to have it kind of like an advertising thing as well. Some nice looking invoice that serves the purpose of saying, hey, this is a bill, but also, you know, this is a nice company. You should check out our website and subscribe to our newsletter. So we have the create the invoice template. You can make another template here. We're not going to do another template at this time. We're going to be using the default template. As we go through, we may go back and take a look into more details on the templates. However, note that you can use the default template as we will be doing in our practice problem, and you can do some more customization within the template, taking it from simply a functional type of invoice possibly to a more standard or customized invoice that you can then use for better branding purposes. Going to go back to our settings and take a look at our other options. We also have the payment service options. Opening up the payment service options, it says get paid quickly and easily. Add a payment service to your invoices to allow easy online payment for your customers. Learn more about how they can work or browse available payment services. So we can set up the payment services allowing more easy payment, including the credit cards. We can set up the PayPal, and we have the ACH debit and other available payment services. So you can look into those payment services here. Going to go back then to our settings once again. We then have the email settings. We can set a reply to email address and email template content. So if we want to set the email template content, tailor the emails you send from Xero, so you can send them out from Xero. That could save some time to automate the emails that are going to go out from your accounting software. See our help article to learn how to control the display name and reply address. So when you want to customize those emails that are going to send out, the more you can basically make automatic within the Xero software, have your automatic responses and your email addresses within Xero, the easier and faster things may be. So you can take a look at the setting up the email settings. Next, we have the check styles. So if we go into the check styles, remember that the checks, when you make checks, if you're going to be printing checks, it depends on the type of organization you have as to how many checks you might be renting or printing out of the system. In other words, you might do a lot of your payments electronically, and therefore you may not have a lot of need for the checks because you're going to be doing electronic transfers, possibly using the bank feeds or just simply entering the data from the electronic type of transfers. If you're using the checks, again, you may use few checks and just use a checkbook and then enter the data into the system. If you're printing checks, however, then you're going to be needing to get the actual checks that are still going to be physical checks, and then you're going to have to print the information on them. So then you have the different check styles that you can have here that could help you to line things up. Just remember, when you're dealing with checks, you're still going to have to get checks basically from an institution such as the bank, pre-printed checks, and you're going to have to line them up to the checks so that you can print them out. Usually that's a standard type of format for the checks, but if you have anything other than a standard format and you need some customization for the checks, then you need to go through the customizing of the checks. Then we have the 0 to 0, so 0 to 0 connect. If your suppliers or customers use Xero, connect with them directly. So if you're both using Xero, that there could be benefits to that because you may be able to set up some more direct connections between the two. You can then receive their invoices directly into your sales and purchases. Handy stuff. Connect is simple. Just send a Xero network invite. So you can actually network them in and make your interrelated transactions easier. Custom contact links. Then you can take a look at the custom contact links and create custom links to allow you to click from Xero contacts to other systems such as customer relations management. So if you have other systems that you want to link to directly from Xero to the other systems, you can create the custom links here.